So today we're taking a look at the H5 retro gaming console. This is a new one that suddenly hit the market. You've probably seen it popping up all over your inbox on TikTok, and it's actually listed for sale on Amazon and available for sale in TikTok shop as well. Now it's relatively new, so there's not a lot of reviews out about this product right yet. So I thought I'd get it and see how I feel about it. So the first thing I always do whenever I get a product, I head over to the reviews and see what feedback's already been left before I make my own opinion on it. Now, there's only a few reviews on Amazon currently, so I thought we'd have a look at a couple of them. So the first one is from Sharon. Now, the only reviews on Amazon was from Amazon Vine reviewers. They are people that Amazon sends the product to for free for an honest review. Now they can leave a positive or negative review. It's no detriment to them if they leave a positive or negative review. So usually you get honest reviews from Amazon Vine customers. However, these two sound a bit, well, I'll leave it for you to decide. So Sharon gives it a 3 out of 5 stars and says, the handheld gaming console is sturdy and solid with lots of games on it. I'm not sure about sturdy and solid. It does have 30,000 games on it though. However, she says the majority I have never heard of, and when you try to play some of the games, it says you're breaching international copyright if you're outside Japan. That's not a great start, is it? Let's have a look at the next one. So the next one's from Asen, and Asen gives it a 5-star review, and he says works well on the go. So Asen says, free time now includes relaxed gaming sessions without the need for extra setup. I mean, that doesn't sound like AI written, does it? He also says handling feels comfortable for longer play and can reduce hand fatigue. Well, for me, that's one of the negative points. I don't think this is a really nice fitting console, but we'll give Asen the benefit of the doubt. He obviously liked the feel of it. So you can see there 2 reviews, not great ones in my opinion. I don't think we can trust them if I'm being really honest. So what did I find out about the system? So first of all, let's have a look at some of the basics on it. So if you take a look at the packaging, it says it's a 5-inch IPS screen with 720p. It also says that it's a 1.5 gigahertz processor. It's got RGB ambient lighting on it. That's on the buttons. Has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, which in theory should give us around 2 to 3 hours solid gameplay, and it also has 2.4G wireless connection as well, and it has a 128GB SIM card. That's where all the games are installed on it, and that's where you can load your gameplay, so you can get halfway through a game and save the gameplay. So first of all, what is my thoughts about this? Well, I don't know about you, but whenever I think of a portable handheld game console, I think of something around this size, something that can just fit in my back pocket. There we go, quite easily. However, I can't get this in my pocket, so it's not really portable. If you compare the sizes, you can see this thing is huge. I'm a little bit stuck which kind of person this would suit. So it's clearly not a very portable device that can go in your back pocket. And it's clearly not something you would sit at home using. You would use your normal PC or games console to play these on. So I kind of don't know which market it sits in, if I'm being honest. It may suit somebody, obviously, who just likes retro classic games and has maybe poor eyesight and needs a larger 5-inch screen compared to the 3-inch screens that we often see on the handheld ones. So maybe they're aiming at that market. I also don't think it's suitable for the younger generation as well. They're not going to remember half the games on here, and it's certainly not got your newer games on it. So how does the actual console look when it's on? Well, we have the simple on and off button at the side and volume up and down. We have our L and R controls on the back, and we have 2 joystick controls at the front and also a cursor pad as well. Now, if we power this up, you'll see the actual screen on it is pretty impressive. With a lovely clear 5-inch screen, I think that is pretty good. And it has a very simple Linux operating system, which again, is not too bad. It has a search bar, so we can search for the games by typing the actual name of the game, or we can simply go into the files and we can scroll through all the different emulators. which is around 25 emulators, and then there's a few on there really nonsense. They don't have anything on. I don't even know why they're on there. There is also some folders on there like racing games, fighting games, so you can find some extra games in there for organizing your folders. But yeah, there's around 25 usable consoles on there and 30,000 games. Now let's talk about the gameplay. Some of the games that you can see on screen, like this Simpson game, plays absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong with the quality of that game, and it plays really, really good. However, a lot of the bigger name games are not on here. Your Simpsons Hit and Run, for instance, is not on here. Silent Hill isn't on there. GTA is on here, but it's a watered down, the older handheld version. It's not the PS game that you would expect to find on here. All the games on here are very, very retro. So things like your Space Invaders, Asteroids, they're all on here, and you're going to have no problem playing those whatsoever. Also, lots of Japanese fighting games on here. Again, you're going to find those on here, but you're not going to find the latest Mortal Kombats or anything like that. The latter series, you're going to find some of the very, very beginner arcade versions of it. Now, I have to say the gameplay is pretty smooth on the games that play. Now, I've not found any that don't load up. That can be a problem with consoles like the X2 retro gaming console and the X10. You'll get a lot of games sometimes that don't even load up. I didn't find any games on here that didn't load up, but as mentioned, a lot of the games I wanted just wasn't on here to begin with. Now the sound, I'll put this to the microphone and hopefully you can hear it, and then you tell me what you think. So there you go, that's the opening credits for Simpsons, and the speaker is at the front here. It's a very tiny speaker, but I think it's enough for a handheld console. It's absolutely fine. There also is a headphone jack as well, so you can put a wired headphone, so if you're traveling, you're not going to annoy anybody. No problem with that whatsoever. The actual recharging is by a USB cable, which comes with it. It takes around 2 hours to fully charge it, and you're going to get around 3 full hours of gameplay out of it. So sound is absolutely fine. Vision quality is okay. There's no lagging on it whatsoever. Generally, it's what I think I would expect from a console costing this much money. The build quality, for me, it's a little bit plasticky, but what else are you going to expect for kind of £30 to £40 price range? The only thing I really don't like is it's just the size of it. I don't get it. That person on Amazon saying it's really comfortable, you can play it for hours and your hands don't hurt. I don't see that. My hands are quite small, but I really have to stretch to actually press the buttons on here. I don't think this is a comfortable unit at all, if I'm being honest. It's very light, so it doesn't even weigh as much as the R36 one. However, it just doesn't sit right in my hands. It really doesn't. Who's this for? Again, I am not too sure. It's definitely not going to be for the younger generation. It's probably going to be for somebody maybe over 40 or even in the 50s who want to relive the retro classic games they used to play in the arcades when they was a child, but maybe struggle to see the smaller retro handheld console screens that are 3-inch in size. This 5-inch is certainly really nice to see. So overall, I'm not blown away by it. I honestly aren't. I think there's better handheld retro consoles out there. If you do want to check it out, I will leave a link to Amazon. I am an affiliate for Amazon, so if you click that link, if you buy it, I will make a small commission, just being honest. I have not been paid to review this. I purchased this with my own money and give you my honest opinion. I don't think it's great. I just don't. I really don't. I don't really know who this is designed and aimed at. And I think there's better consoles out there, but that is just my opinion. Like I say, if you want to check it out, links in the description. And if you found this video helpful, if you were thinking about buying one, and I'll give you some helpful information, please give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next review.